But this bus is, this route is a nice route. We've just got to get more people out of their cars.
Well, how do you get more people to ride?
The more people that start seeing how easy it is to get around from other people that ride the shuttle.
Well, what are they doing to drive awareness?
Well, they go to the companies, actually.
Yeah, well, actually, they were at my company.
Okay, that's...
They had, like, in our cafeteria, they had, like, a table set up.
And if you use the newspaper, they use us.
Yeah. Well, the whole shuttle is painted up pretty well. I mean, it looks like, looking at that one over there, it's...
I love the colors. Though, if somebody hits one of us, they can't say they sure didn't see us.
Yeah.
I love the decoration on this bus. I think it was a well thought out idea.
Yeah.
And I was so pleased to hear that one city said, hey, I'm going to try transportation in my city. Because it's a costly avenue to travel.
Yeah.
And to be the beginner, the starter.
Well, what's kind of the calculation there? I mean, obviously, it costs X amount of dollars to run a bus service, but what's kind of the trade-off? I mean, at what point did they say, well, it's worth it? Because
that I'm not sure of.
Because I would hope that, if someone's paying for this, that, people are going to ride. Otherwise, it's not going to work out.
Well, OCTA, when they first started,
yeah,
it was almost 9 years before they got a good amount of riders to even get a payoff.
Yeah.
And at 12, they were still struggling. It's a hard thing to do.
Well, I think at some point, I mean, you got to realize that you're never going to recoup your costs. So, but what you're doing is everyone's chipping in to help increase the efficiency of the road network, or help people that can't afford to drive get around, or whatever.
Well,
which I guess helps the businesses, because how are the people that work, in retail or any kind of job going to get around? It sort of, I guess, it helps the community overall, but
well, it does, and I'd like to see some of the older people, which we're starting to see a few of them coming on board, but that step's kind of high.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to assist them, and of course that puts you behind.
Yeah.
But I think that he is doing everything that's plausible to be able to have this work. He's done another idea, and I thought that idea would be worth trying too.
What's that?
When they took the A and B, do you remember that they had them on the weekend?
Yeah. And I heard that just because no one's riding it, they're not gonna do it.
We had people riding. It was it was fun.
So I heard that I guess with a lot of these condos in the area that have gone up, that would make sense to have the shuttle, because if people are actually living here as opposed to just working, then you get more people moving around. But a lot of these have gone out of business. Like that one you picked me up at, that one on the corner is not. They're not even finishing right now.
Well,
because I think they went bankrupt.
They're well under 55% of occupancy. Well under that. I remember the buildings.
Oh yeah, the commercial office space.
The Wachovia Bank.
Yeah.
Or the building over there.
Yeah.
He rides my bus.
Yeah.
And I remember when we started, it was 55% occupancy in the area.
Yeah.
And then the next time he gets on the bus, a few months later, it was way under that. And I said, it's so sad. You have so much here.
So there's just not as many jobs.
That's it.
These condos haven't panned out. Now, what about like the OCTD buses? They have ads on them.
Yes, the wraps.
Yeah, the wraps. Are they going to do that with the Irvine shuttle?
I think it's a good idea, but I hope it's cheaper, because when I worked for them, it was $55,000 a month.
Yeah.
For some of those.
Well, I'm sure the market will determine what the advertising is worth.
I think they ought to advertise something about being free on here.
Yeah.
And kind of in a cutesy way for people,
Yeah.
but I think